In the brief period of my life in which I was a press operator, just a couple of years, I used to run a single colour unit. Now, we did do 2 colour jobs, but we'd have to wash up in between. And in fact, even with special colours, we'd wash up in between all the time anyway. Now, this particular illustration here, there are only 2 swatches in this document, and it's built from these 2 swatches. These swatches happen to be global, mixed by myself, but they could just as easily be spot colours. To achieve this range, I've used tints. Okay, so if I go ahead and open the colour panel just here and click on one of these items, so I've just clicked inside Bilbo's left ear here, right as you see it. You can see the swatch that I'm using is just here, and this is a 72% tint of that swatch. If I come down to the light markings just above his eyes and click, you can see that's a 46% swatch, and you can see here the one just underneath is a 56%, and then going down towards the end of his snout there, 49%, and at the bottom just there, a 13% tint. That's actually a little bit low, to be perfectly honest. I have trouble printing that in some circumstances, but that's by the by. Going to the main body of his head, you can see this is the other swatch here, and this is a 60% tint of that swatch, which is just about fully applied. In fact, it is 100% applied on the darker markings just here. And in the eye, that's the other swatch actually, I think. No, same one. Let's have a look. There we go. I was slightly confused with that one there. There you go, clicked on the wrong thing. So there you are. That's a 44% tint of the earlier swatch. But there you go. That's how that works in practice. You can use tints to limit the colours, and they're kind of attractive. Very much in vogue at the moment as well. Limited colour palettes. You can organise colours into groups, and that's quite a logical thing to do and saves you hunting around the swatches panel. There are a few different ways you can create them, so you can create them manually. If I go ahead and click on this folder icon at the bottom of the swatches panel, I'm just going to call this one My Group, just for now. Not very imaginative, I know, but there you go. And then I can drop colours into it. So I think, all right, I'm going to be using these colours in my project. So I want all of these colours with me, and I can just add them. Or I can simply collect a range here. So I might go, for example, and click on this bright magenta here, making sure I've got no artwork selected, by the way, and just pick up some other colours. You can hold down Command or Control to collect colours that aren't neighbouring each other, and you can also use Shift to select a range that neighbours. And there you go, I can add those into my group like so, saving me from hunting around. You can also select your artwork. So here, I don't know how much of this is unlocked off the top of my head, just the objects on top, that's fine. So I'm going to use Command A, Control A to select everything here, and then go back to my swatches panel and click on the folder icon. I'm just going to call this my new group, just here, based on the selected artwork. Hit OK, and there you go. I've now got the colours from that as well. There is both a science and an art to the selection of colours that work well together. You can go back to Newton, Van Gogh, more recently Itten. Lots of people have taken a look at colour. Unfortunately for us, Illustrator has a panel to help us select colours based on colour harmonic rules. It's called the Colour Guide panel, and it normally hangs out with the colour panel, and here it is like so. I'm going to click on the heart here in this graphic, and then click on this Set Base Colour Swatch there. Now you can see immediately I've got a result of colours that go well in this centre column here using the current harmonic rule. If I click here, I can see loads of different rules. Okay, so I can go through scrolling up and down because there are lots. It will help me, depending on what I'm looking for, to choose colours. So I'll stick with the tetrad just at the moment, because in addition to the actual tetrad, it's showing me some shades and tints either side to help me pick colours. Now if I want to, I can change that between two other variations. I can come up to the flyout menu here and choose to show warm or cool variations. I can also show vivid and muted variations as well. If I want to change the number of results I've got here, again it's up to the flyout menu and choose the colour guide options. To be honest, I normally have mine set to 10 either side, and I drag this panel out so it's really wide like that to help me choose colours, because you get slightly more variation there. Now you can either drag colours out of here onto your artwork. So let's say I was looking for something for this banner just here. I'd start out with a light colour like so, and then I might have a slightly darker variation of it for these endpoints just here. Okay, and then an even darker variation for these points here, and you can see they just go really nicely with the surrounding colours. I could also, making sure I've got no artwork selected, because otherwise I could inadvertently colour it, select colours from here. So I can click and hold down Shift to select Arrange, or I can click and hold down Command, that would be Control on Windows, to select individual colours here. Once I've got my selection, then I can go ahead, come down here to the icon and click to save the colour group to the swatches panel, so I can then go ahead and use it throughout my artwork.